Authorities, of course, have in custody the alleged shooter. Utah's governor has said the state will pursue the death penalty against Tyler Robinson. He, of course, is the major suspect. Donald Trump has already said he hopes that this guy gets the death penalty if convicted. What's the deal with the death penalty in the US? How hard is it to pursue? And in your view, should Tyler Robinson get the death penalty if convicted?
Well, it's quite difficult to pursue the death penalty in the US, but in this case, it's still an option. Both Utah has the death penalty and actually is one of the only states that still has the option for death penalty by firing squad. Meanwhile, the federal government also still has the option to pursue death penalty cases were they to charge him with federal crimes like terrorism or other things. And I am somebody generally kind of concerned about the death penalty. Generally, it's not something I believe in. But this is a case where I think if we have the death penalty, let's use it. Like, let's send a message that this is not what we accept as a society. And that if you do that, honestly, I wouldn't be against the firing squad. I think it's that important to send a message that we cannot tolerate political terrorism and political violence, and that America is a country where we absolutely abhor people who would use violence against people who simply use their words.
I absolutely agree. We have to send a really strong message, totally. Brad, the suspect was living with his trans partner who was in the process of transitioning from a man to a woman. Violence from the trans community and their supporters against anyone who disagrees is now a worrying trend. How much attention is this getting?
Well, it's getting a lot of attention based on this big preliminary report from Fox News. And I think two things can be true at the same time. One is that there is a scary and militant wing of the transgender movement, at least in the US. I've personally been threatened and harassed for daring to say that kids shouldn't get sex changes and other such heinous statements. And two, based on the reporting we have so far, though, it doesn't actually appear that this individual has done anything wrong. They're cooperating with police, and as far as we know right now, had no knowledge ahead of time of this crime. So I think we should hold space for that because, and not, some people are leaping to conclusions about this that I think are getting ahead of the facts and demonizing all people who identify as trans. I think we've got to be cautious in a breaking story like this.
Yeah, good call. Brad Polumbo, appreciate your time tonight. Thanks so much.